Okay, so this is a reaction to Rushi Sunak. People start to study math at age 18. Are you serious, Rushi Sunak? Study maths to age 18. Why? Let me tell you the school system in the United Kingdom, how it works. You just literally sit in a classroom for like 10-20 hours in university, and then you go through the whole school system, and then you come out with a certificate, and then you go into the world of work, and what do they say to you? Do you have any work experience? So my question to Rushi Sunak is, it's all right for him. He had a private education. So with private education, the smaller classes, there's more networking opportunities. There's a preference because all the people in that network have money, know people, and they can always give you work experience or say, listen, when you finish here, pop into this office or pop into this business and I'll help you. Rushi Sunak has got no idea. So if I were you, I would campaign for Rushi Sunak to not even try to bring that policy through, because it's not going to go down very well. At the end of the day, if he knows that the world's going to be more data analytical and we're going to need more maths, then what you should really be doing is putting more apprenticeships and more opportunities to keep learning those skills and then how to apply it. Education is nothing without I'm going to go back to it. Education is nothing without application. Another point about the United Kingdom and their education system is that they have a rigid exam process where you just memorize it and you get really stressed and then you get your A stars and there's no application. The second part of education that Rushi Sunak is missing is character. So you really want people just to be doing maths and until they're 18 and they haven't got mentoring in character, in patience, in understanding, personal skills and opportunities to socialize with people in those areas and see how that all those areas work. No chances to it's more socialization in the education system is sitting in the playground and screaming your head off. If you've ever been past the school in the United Kingdom, it is terrible. All the kids are screaming and going crazy and madness, and that's for them is socialization. Really, the most important thing that's the hidden secret, which is why they rely on immigration abroad, is character. Because really in the education system, there's no mentorship for what character is. Right, just going back to our point about Rushi Sunak and his education ideologies, just because your kids have got money and you've got money to be putting extra tuition and having lots of one-to-ones and lots of tutors for your kids doesn't mean that everybody in the United Kingdom has that privilege. So now you're going to burden us to give us stress to be like, oh, if you're not giving your child mathematics till they're 18, you're not being a good educator. I really do disagree, and I really think that it's not okay to just throw things out there. Maths, English, science, and a holistic education is just as important. It's just as important to have a holistic education, because maths you can always learn along the way. The maths I learned at school, I don't use half of it right now. It's just like basically drained into your head to pass a set of exams. I don't use my 12 times tables unless I'm organizing a party or unless I'm organizing a massive event. I'm not working in banking, or I'm not working in the area where it's necessary. So you're just putting everybody in a box. And I think with the United Kingdom, we have a history of freedom, and it's these policies, you need to scrap it. okay? Unless you're going to create a school specifically for analytics, specifically for computer science, specifically for our young children to be trained in these areas on an apprenticeships, then don't be pulling out things out of the bag. You just wake up one day and you haven't taken it to God, and you just think, right, let me bring this to United Kingdom, because where we are with education, we've come really far, and we're going really behind because there's no practical experience. There is no practical experience. Practical means application, applying what you learn, not later when you finish an exam where you've been brainwashed, or you've learned a set of numbers, or you just learn how to do the methodology. It's application at all times. Application alongside character, because at the end of the day, you're not going to employ anybody who's got a bad character. But if they've not been mentored, or if they've not been, you're going to look somewhere else. So then they've wasted 18 years of their life just learning maths. It's just not okay to put that out to the British public, or to anybody who's coming into the British public looking at us. This is not a great example. So if I were you, that's my reaction, and this is my opinion, and I'm sure there's many people with their opinions. I just wanted to let you know out there, world, British education system, yeah, it's rigid, yeah, it's seen as the best, but let me tell you, compared to the rest of the world, there's no application. And that's where we need to learn, because we'll get our degree, we'll get our certificate, but there's no work, because we didn't have experience. We didn't have no experience to apply what we're learning. Really, application should be at the same time when you're learning the theory. Theory and application go together. When you separate it, that's when you have a system or a workforce that are not equipped to go out there, and you just keep saying, let's go outside, and then you just keep us on benefits, or you keep our children in a situation where they think they're not the best, or they can't make it. Education's for a lifetime. Don't put an age to it. Education is a lifetime. I became better at mathematics when I left school than when I was in school. When I was in school, they made it so difficult. They made sure that we didn't understand it and we didn't succeed, especially when you're from an ethnic background. Yes, I did get a tutor, only because it was an idea that popped in my head, and I saw that independent, or the rich kids, they were getting tutors, or they had someone extra. So I did ask my mum, listen, get me a tutor. I'm not going to make it in maths because they're not explaining it properly, or they're making it difficult for me, or they're concentrating on the brighter students, or the students that are bright. And that's